Before the election, the New York Times ran an interactive quiz. Could people tell the difference between self-identified Trump and Biden voters based on a snapshot of their refrigerators? Overall, it was a coin flip, but some refrigerators were guessed correctly more than 80% of the time. Loose eggs were a tell for Joe Biden, and what is it about Cool Whip that apparently screams Donald Trump?
We sort of have these intuitions when we're evaluating other people.
Clinical psychologist Dan Pallison says we're intentional about what's left out in the open.
When I have a book of the 500 greatest golf courses sitting on my coffee table, it's because I want to be seen as someone who enjoys the game of golf. Yet my Weight Loss for Dummies book, I hide underneath my bed because I'm a little embarrassed about that.
Aha! So the juicy info's in the stuff we hide.
Our private spaces can really be telling.
We're running down personality tells hidden in your home. We'll start where the New York Times started, in your fridge.
When you look into a refrigerator and you see healthy fruits and vegetables, but they're expired, they have high intentions and aspirations for their health when they're grocery shopping, but when it comes down to preparing the food, they just don't do it. They go for the processed food, the chips, or the takeout.
And don't assume an empty fridge means lazy.
They know themselves well enough that if they stock up on food, they're not going to make it.
And if guests might see in your fridge, you might plant intentional clues called identity claims.
Identity claims are things that we put around our environments that are little clues into how we want to be seen.
So you might give prominent placement to a nice bottle of wine or a jar of Grey Poupon, which amazingly is considered fancy even though the name is literally pronounced Poupon. Next, we're peeking into your medicine cabinet.
There's something about that medicine cabinet that's so taboo and secretive but also enticing. We want to know what medicine people are taking. We want to know how they put themselves together. So what hair products or face products do they use?
It's also where you might post inspirational quotes or images called self-regulators.
Self-regulators are things that we intentionally place in our environment that help manipulate how we feel and how we want to feel.
So maybe that picture of your 20-year-old self is a reminder to moisturize. Finally, let's have a peek inside your junk drawer.
A junk drawer is where items don't have their specific home.
Hello, Ziploc bag of twist ties.
So they belong in the junk drawer. There's so many parallels with our own psychology where we have these thoughts or these emotions or these instincts that don't quite align with how we want to present ourselves. So we sort of stuff them away in our psychological junk drawer.
I lost the key to this padlock like 20 years ago.
Your junk drawer can be a collection of behavioral residue.
These are the clues that we leave behind as we live our lives day to day. And those things start to add up over time and can really tell a story in and of themselves.
This bag of used batteries is the story of me not knowing whether or not they're recyclable. The personality tells you keep hidden in your home are at the top of the list.